You know, back when I was in the academy, we would follow every toast with a song.
Still hasn't gotten old.
Nope, it hasn't. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Star Trek Engage on Sundays. This is basically where we talk about Star Trek and we just lounge about. I'll tell you what, I'm doing a whole lot of lounging right now. What's going on, man?
Oh, not much. You know, this will be my this is my fifth stream in the last 48 hours.
Yeah. So
I did after yesterday's Screaming into the Void. So we did the Friday night show and then Saturday's afternoon show, and then I had a show with Amira that was really good, by the way. You should go check it out.
Okay.
Then after we got off there, I went to the bathroom, came back, checked my phone, and Squatch was live, which for him is really late. So I made a couple comments. He's like, get on the chat or hit the link, and I was like, okay. So I was on there with him for another hour and a half.
Yeah, I saw that you shared that. I was like, holy shit. So yeah, I mean, in the last 36 hours, I did Friday night's Royal Rumble, then I did Ball Busters, then Screaming into the Void, then Vets Talking, and now this. And it's like, yeah,
we were chatting for a while after he shut the stream down too, and eventually I was like, look guys, I gotta go because I have to do homework for my next stream.
Yeah.
It's like 3 a.m. I'm watching this episode at like 2 times speed, trying to take notes and keep my eyes open.
Yeah. Trust me, I've been there. Did you want to talk about this real quick while we have a chance to do so?
Yeah, absolutely. Caucasian Sasquatch is a friend of mine here on YouTube. Like I just mentioned, I was just on his channel late last night. He's been on my channel. Um, um, an associate of his has passed away recently. Um, and the family has no money to pay for a funeral. You guys know how funeral costs are for even basic services. Um, so if you can, you know, please do help. Every little bit helps. I think they're looking at capping out around 15,000, and that's like basic minimal stuff. So, um, yeah,
So I put it in the chat. Hopefully the link it goes through. So it looked like it went through on mine. So I don't know about anybody else's. I haven't had a chance to check. But yeah, it's any little bit helps. Obviously, we know that I think all of us know that times are tough right now. Inflation is murdering everybody. So if it is if it is possible, we appreciate it. So yes, thank you for that. But let's actually say hello to everybody in the chat. We got people lurking, which is always fine, no problem. I mean, that's what we're here to entertain. So we got Horny Alf who says be there in a bit. He's running fashionably late. Fashionably late. Ladonis Dragonstorm says, hail the chat, hail. Absolutely. Thank you, sir, for listening in. So we are simulcasting to multiple platforms. We're streaming to my Legion Talk channel. We're streaming to Samuel the Infamous, Horny Alf's channel, and we are also streaming to my Legion Games 2076 Facebook page, and also both to our Twitters, aren't we there, Samuel?
absolutely. And speaking of Horny Alf, he should be joining us as soon as he is able to.
Awesome. So
however, our red shirt may have fallen by the wayside today.
Yes. Yeah. Adam is he has so he was taking care of a family member who had the coof, and so he actually ended up getting the coof himself. Now this is obviously isn't the first time he's had it, but much like us, he was doing a bunch of streaming over the weekend, and he's like, I think I overdid it, guys. He's like, so he did his daily stream today, which usually goes about 2.5 hours, and I think he ended it at like 56 minutes. So he was like, I gotta cut it early.
Yeah, he was a part of an away team, and he fell victim to an unknown virus of unspecified origin.
Oh, that's a better story. I like that better.
Yeah.
I forgot you put that in the chat. So, and obviously he has a stream tomorrow night, which you and I usually jump on. So yeah, he's probably trying to get rested up before that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about a little Star Trek Picard. And this is where we are, episode number 8. And this one is called Surrender. It is called Surrender. And that is because when we left off of the last one, our heroes, on the Titan, have basically been boarded and been captured. So we pick up literally right here with Maddox sitting in the chair.
I find it curious that a changeling is smoking.
Well, she did say that she picked up on a lot of human stuff.
This is true, but and I know that they talk about how they're able to not just form the outsides but the insides now.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like even so, that doesn't mean that their biology still works the same. So I'm not 100% sure. How this works.
Yeah, I can feel you on that one. So yes, they can actually LaDonna says Star Trek Picard season 3 is the first real Trek we've gotten since the last season of Enterprise. You know what? A lot of us actually kind of agree with that. And Samuel, that's and myself, Alf, the Renaissance nerd, and probably a couple of others going to be joining us. Once we finish Picard, we're going to be going through the original series, 2 episodes at a time.
Yeah, Ryan's a virgin.
I am. I have never seen the original series. Thanks for putting it that way, dude.
We're gonna be gentle.
Oh God, shut up. Fucker. That's disgusting.
Just
Grumpy.
spit on it. It'll be fine.
Oh, God. Grumpy Old Gamer says algorithmic arrival annotation. Yes. For the algorithm.
Much appreciated, sir.
Hail the algorithm. or the hell with it. One or the other. I don't know. We can go either direction if you want. Gosh, all right with the pop-ups. That's what happens.
You notice how the skylight there looks like an eye?
Yeah.
Like even the decorative stuff around it looks iris-like.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah. And not a criticism, just an observation. But yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Struck me.
I noticed that too.
Amanda Plummer hams it up so much in this.
Let's start by taking
know.
their eyes.
Enough is enough. Nor can't control what he can't access.
I thought you unplugged him.
I did. This is her.
Yes, it is.
Locking us out from the bridge.
Now, take their ears.
It's a grumpy old game. So you gave Adam a red shirt and now he's gone.
Yeah, pretty much. That's
much. She did such a good job. Yes, she did. That was Horny Alps doing making Adam the red shirt. So
don't worry though. As soon as he's feeling better, we're gonna recycle actors and have a new character in the same red shirt. Same face.
Same face. Different name.
Different name.
Ensign range to bridge. Do you copy? Damn it, comms are dead.
Take the very road ahead of them.
This is a very dark scene.
It is a very dark scene. Because I mean, you're literally watching them being shot like fish in a barrel. It's
Yeah. Left to run.
I have a criticism here, actually. This struck me last night while I was watching that. If you listen to the audio in the background, hey, Alf.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, sorry I was late. The transporter broke and I had to get Chief O'Brien to fix it.
Is that what happened to Adam?
Yeah.
he got lost somewhere.
He got lost in a transporter. His signal was lost.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
But the gripe I have with this scene is that if you listen to the audio while she's on the bridge listening to all those crewmen get mowed down, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is automatic projectile weapons fire on the audio.
Yeah,
like it sounds like 20th century weapons.
Oh yeah. That's that's a good point. I didn't notice that.
Seconds ago, while we were watching it happen, it was energy weapons with energy sound effects.
Let's see if we can back that up.
I'd have to hear that again. I don't remember.
Yeah, let's back that up. I want to listen to that again too.
Damn it, comms are dead.
Energy.
Take the very road ahead of them. With nowhere left to run.
You hear those rapid pops?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the energy weapons do make a slight pop noise, though. Maybe coming because it was muffled and coming through a transmitter, it just sounded differently. You know how sometimes sounds can change when they go through a device.
I just watched what was it, Jojo Rabbit again the other day, in the bit where Captain K rescues him at the end and then gets hauled off by the Russians, and then you hear those sounds. It's the same sound effect.
Oh, okay.
Probably in all honesty, I think that's a great I'll say connection to make there, obviously, but I think it was probably just a budget wise, because and we did find out that season 1 and 2 of Picard is getting a 4K release, but season 3 is not getting a 4K release because they cut the budget. So
no one's gonna buy those first 2 seasons.
No.
no.
They're just wasting their time making them into 4K.
Yeah. So
They're gonna end up in the same landfill as the ET video game.
you're gonna find them in the $5 bin at fucking Walmart for a 4K blue season. Like, so no. But yeah, that's totally legitimate. They cut the budget, so I guarantee that's probably why they use that sound effects.
Yeah, tell you what, Paramount, if you go out of your way and you put season 3 on physical media, right? If you do that, I will buy it.
Yeah, agreed.
Fuck season 1 and 2 though.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, those seasons didn't happen.
Access the ship's security
No.
comms from here.
I'm trying, but the bridge is locking us out. Transport security, everything.
Real
Oh.
quick, this Caucasian Sasquatch is complaining he can't see your face, Ryan.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
This is he says, but I can't see you. I am unsatisfied. Yeah, this is our lazy stream, man.
Give me the money shot specimen.
Oh my god. What is wrong with you, sir?
He's got a man crush. What do you want?
Well, you know what? He can tune in tomorrow night. I'll show my face then on both streams. Give me the money shots. That's so terrible.
He's not gonna. He told me last night he's not gonna call you Ryan anymore at all, or Legion. He's just gonna refer to you as specimen with capital S.
All right. I don't know why.
Because you're a specimen.
All right. I've never been called that, but author Stephen Walton says I wouldn't want it to F with seasons 1 and 2. Yeah, you're not the only one, dude. Nobody does. You big fucking perv.
I gotta point out that she's actually smoking a real whatever cigar, cigarette, whatever it is. When is the last time you've actually seen someone smoke a cigarette
That's
or
true.
anything on TV these days?
That's
Yeah.
true.
It's like they're too afraid to show it.
Yeah, I think the fact that this is on streaming helps. I think that's still not okay on like network television. But
No, I don't think so.
But they'll show people smoking weed. That's
yeah.
fine. But
Yeah, no.
cigarettes not.
That's totally fine. But yeah, no. So I think you're right. It's been a while since I've seen something like that. I can't actually recall the last time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree with that. I do think that the censors have an issue with that. Like, you're only allowed to show like a certain amount.
I actually
Find a way to regain manual.
I actually really liked the I don't know if she's a lieutenant. I think she's an ensign. Standing there with the yellow shirt, and she's being as stoic as possible, but that tear just escapes her eyes. I like that because it shows that she's dedicated to the decorum of Starfleet.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, she's still feeling the scene. She's still feeling the moment and the fear.
Yeah.
Well, it showed a lot of expression without having to say anything.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like one of those things you can show emotion without actually physically needing to say something. Like, what a concept.
Unlike a Discovery where they have to say everything.
While they're crying.
Oh, I still haven't continued to watch that. That should tell you something right there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it.
Your control, but we'll lose everything.
It's like, I'm freaking out, man.
This is more important than I think I realized at first.
What's he doing?
Look at the camera lens, the fisheye lens that they're using for this.
Yeah.
This is your first major clue. Major, like in your face, obvious clue as to who's really behind everything. And I'm not going to, say it just yet because, that doesn't get revealed till episodes future. But this is an absolute clue. And for those who know, you know.
All right, Alpha.
No, I was just coughing. No, yeah, I didn't. I know now, but I didn't get it
Right. I didn't get it the first time through either. I just picked up on that last night while I was rewatching it.
Yeah, I was about to say because I don't get it.
Mhm.
So it'll be interesting when we cover the next 2 episodes in next Sunday together because
Yeah.
they're 2-parters. So
Yeah, and if you guys remind me, I'll revisit because there are a couple of like a couple of, I guess I don't want to call them Easter eggs, but like subtle clues throughout this episode
Mhm.
that if you know what's coming and all that stuff, come back and watch this again, and it's actually pretty obvious. But they did it well enough that it's just kind of like woven in here, and the first time through, you're maybe not going to pick it up like I didn't.
Okay, all right, yeah.
They're all alone in here. I need to regroup with my squad. Where are all the others?
Yeah, this is interesting. We're gonna have to stop it there and give it a little of a break.
I'm also trying to mute myself because I know you do not know fully why he can control people. Not yet, anyways.
Squatch says, have you folks covered Loki yet? If I want in, if not, are you talking about the previous season of Loki? Because when did Loki come out? Was that last year?
Yeah,
It was about a year ago, I think, at this point.
So I know that we covered Loki a little bit on Friday Night's Royal Rumble while it was out. I believe. I know season 2 is coming out, but I don't think that's until next year.
Yeah, I don't know that I was ever planning to cover that. I didn't even bother to watch it.
You can't pay me to have to go back and watch that.
It was okay, and at times it had its moments that I kind of liked, but it definitely had it had way too much girl boss. And the reason I say this is because Tom Hiddleston's female half is like the bestest ever.
Oh, and then like Loki can't use any of his powers, and the whole time, practically the whole show, he's walking around in some like janitor's outfit.
Yeah, well, he's walking around in like an orange jumpsuit. And then of course you have it where he's dressed like a used car salesman the rest of it because he like is like working for the Time Authority or whatever the hell it is. I can't think of what it's called. The TVA, something or like that. It was meh. I'll just say that it was. I think Tom Hiddleston deserved better, especially if you have like Tom Hiddleston and what's his name? Owen Wilson. I think they could have did better. Yikes!
She did.
She really did. Well, she's not.
So Jack just got that guy killed.
Yeah,
pretty much. Well, he was likely going to get killed anyway, and the girl that he was next to, we saw who wasn't dead, probably is now.
Yeah, no, Squatch, you're good, man. Like we talk about a bunch of different shit.
That's what we do, man.
I mean, we go off on fucking tangents all the damn time.
We go off on some rabbit trails.
Yeah, that's kind of the fun of a live show instead of this pre-recorded crap like you see on like the Tonight Show and shit is all fucking scripted. It's terrible. Oh, did you guys see that the article? It says that the writer's strike has finally taken off every single show. There's nothing being done no more.
No, but it was a matter of time.
Well, yeah, once the actors stopped or started striking, we knew everything was coming to a halt.
Yeah, everything's been halted.
Yeah, they've been going for like 2 months now. There's no negotiations happening, no nothing. Everybody's just sitting on their hands.
Yep.
If you don't have a YouTube channel, now's the best time to start one.
Absolutely.
There's gonna be no entertainment left out there.
No, there's literally no entertainment, and there's no end in sight.
Well, you remember back in the early days of YouTube when it really started taking off was right about the time of the last major strike.
Mm-hmm. Yep, because that was what
2008, I think.
Yeah, it's 2008, and YouTube started in like what 2007.
07. Yeah.
07. Yeah. So no, I would agree with that. There's not going to be really
And they're saying this could go till Christmas.
Oh, I've heard. I bet you it goes longer.
We're gonna explode. Fuck you, Hollywood.
Yeah. Good job.
She's locked us out, seized control of half the bloody ship. Titan is hers now.
Attention crew of the Federation starship USS Titan.
Villain monologue number 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny you say that because at the end of the episode we'll get to it. Someone says something about a monologue.
Without freedom of movement, with a tap of my finger, without oxygen to breathe, or gravity to stand, I can make the halls boil or the crew mess snow with cold. Or I can be on my way with a Jack Crusher in tow. Consider that. While I consider which of these fine officers up here you might miss most. So, Jack Crusher, to the bridge, would you please?
Like I said, she hams it up something fierce, but I don't hate it. I think she fucking nails this character.
I do too. Grumpy Old Gamer says, shockingly, a comedy show featuring comedians needs a team of writers to not be funny. Yeah, you're not wrong there. I do not miss those ass clowns one bit. I'll tell you right now.
The late night shows that no one actually watches.
Yeah,
you know they've got a bunch of short clips blowing up all over, or being pushed all over YouTube though, like from old shows. Like every time I open my feed, it's like, oh, short from the Tonight Show, short from Jimmy Fallon, short from Conan O'Brien, even.
Yeah. What's up, Boosh? He says, "Hey there, horny Alf."
Hello,
horny Alf.
You know, of all those late night guys, I actually liked Conan. Some of his stuff was his stuff was pretty funny, especially like when he had those short skits where he was going around the office, and who's that one guy that worked for him? He just annoyed the piss out of him.
Jordan Schlansky.
Yeah, I loved those skits where he's messing with Jordan.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Conan O'Brien was probably the best one since I think Johnny Carson.
I would probably agree. Yeah,
and he got done dirty too.
Yeah,
because they gave him the
Craig
Tonight
Ferguson
was
and really good also. Yeah. Craig Ferguson.
But they gave him the Tonight Show, and then all of a sudden Jay Leno wanted to come back or something. I can't remember how it all went down, but
yeah. What's up? What's up, Zeron?
Hey, Zeron, how you doing?
Norm Macdonald on Conan was epic.
Norm Macdonald's always epic.
Yeah. I always loved it when Bill Burr would come on Conan too, because he would always like say like crazy shit, and Conan would be like super uncomfortable.
Did you ever see that long joke that Norm Macdonald did on Conan O'Brien?
No, I don't think so.
Oh man, you gotta check it out. It's on YouTube. Just look at look up Norm Macdonald, Conan O'Brien, long joke, that kind of thing. But he tells this very long joke, and the punchline is killer.
Okay, yeah, I'll give it a shot there.
Don't give it away, Boosh.
Don't give it away. Zeron said, "Did y'all see Star Trek Prodigy being canceled?"
Nope.
Yeah, that's that animated one. I think they got one season.
I kind of forgot that was a thing.
I'm surprised that Lower Decks got more than one season by showing buttholes. So
yeah, Lower Decks was dumb.
Yeah, everything they do is dumb,
except this.
Yeah,
porn.
The brown noise.
With the brown noise. Mom.
I do like the ship design, like the interior.
I do too.
Hold still. Hold
Looks like they would hold a rave there.
Mhm.
Don't be so dramatic. Nearly done.
Yeah, Booch, I know. Just fucking with you.
Though your beard has gone from brown to grey to blood red. The face of an old man who can still take a punch. Almost.
I've missed you, Imzadi.
Imzad, I should have taught you another word.
We talked about that before.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
Baby of immense size. You've changed. I can feel it.
In the nebula, I came face to face with bleakness. I hadn't felt that since. But when we came out of it,
The space babies.
all I
Yeah,
wanted
you
was
could
to see your
you could
face.
tell Frakes was hitting the gym or something because
Imzadi.
from the first episode of the season to the last, he lost weight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it didn't. I thought I saw like photos when he first came back in season 1. Wasn't he looking like kind of pudgy?
Yeah, he was. He was looking like he was very much retired and letting it all hang out.
Yeah. I mean, which you know, I mean, you can't blame the guy, I guess.
I mean, he is in his 70s, so
He is, and he's also a he doesn't do a lot of acting anymore. He's a director.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, he's well, because didn't he direct an episode or 2 of this?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. I think. I
in
remember seeing,
fact, I don't know him in anything other than Star Trek. Has he, you guys other than that one show he did where he was it where he'd say at the end they'd show a story and then you have to tell if it's true or fake.
Yeah, it
It's
was.
the only other
yeah.
show.
Fact or Fiction.
That's the only other show I've ever seen him in other than Star Trek.
Yeah,
I
because
think
most
I
of the
think you're
time he's
right.
behind the camera. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he transitioned right into directing and
Mm-hmm.
so.
Well, I mean, he's got to have royalties out the ass for Star Trek too.
Yeah.
Because,
Believe it
I
or
mean-
not, yeah. Thank you, Bush.
Well, the whole cast does every time a show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
believe it or not, Fact or Fiction. Yeah, yeah. So, but no, I think he directed like the 3rd episode or something like that. 2nd or 3rd episode, I remember seeing when I watched it. So,
Definitely. But when they kill us, at least I'll die. When I give you one final dose of the old Riker charm.
It's fucked up what she says to
You
him.
should know. The changeling came to our home pretending to be you. He was pretty charming too.
Really?
yeah, I think he knows she's lying. She's
Good and bad
screwing with him.
pizza.
Yeah, it's still messed up.
I mean, in a sense, yes, but I do see the comedy in it because it has been used in like previous shows, like even in like Home Improvement, where Tim's wife, Jill, she's just like made a small comment, stuff like that, and it's just it's all in good fun. Because
Sure.
at first I was kind of like, I don't know if I like that. Then I kind of thought about it, and I was like, the way it went, I was like, okay, I was cool with that.
Well, Riker's a jokey kind of guy anyways.
Episode 2. He directed episode 2 or 3 of Picard, not season 3, not Star Trek 2. Yeah, not that.
I knew they were imposters the moment they arrived, even though I can't really read changelings. They're different.
Yeah, we know. Evolved physiology.
Well, most of them have left the ship with their leader, along with her rage and her anger and her vengeance.
Just a second ago, she said she can't really read changelings.
I'm a compromised code.
I mean, but if you've talked to her for probably more than 5 minutes, you can know she's an angry, vengeful person.
I think this is true, but like just the way that Deanna says that whenever she talks about emotions, there's a difference. Like, and I'm talking about the character now. There's always a difference between what she observes physically being displayed and what she actually feels intuitively.
Mhm.
Right. So when she is referring to feelings, like she emphasizes the emotions when she talks. When she's just referring to like somebody's behavior, there's a lot less emphasis on the emotion, even when she's using emotional terms.
There's actually a pretty good TNG episode where she loses her ability to read people,
Mhm.
and for a Beta Z, that it can make them go crazy. Like she was like having a mental breakdown because she couldn't read people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's only half. She's not even telepathic fully. She's empathic.
Right.
Maybe just like an acting or directing kind of an oops, maybe.
It might be. It caught me off guard when she said it like that. I'm just like, but you just said you can't really read change leaf. Like I know she gets like something off them, but it's hard to identify.
Then again, she did say these were different.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if they're a little more, maybe if they're able to take more humanoid, more like human type form, maybe there's a difference there. Maybe they form like a kind of nervous system that she can read. I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, we're just speculating, of course.
I couldn't let him torture you anymore. I just couldn't. And I knew Jean-Luc would know what to do. With any luck, right now he's set a classic Captain Picard trap, and as we speak, he's got her on the ropes.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is cozy. I'm going to take this with me.
I do like that line.
I do too. It's just so off.
I wonder if that was improvised.
Part of me kind of feels like it could have been, yeah.
Because I know sometimes you'll see that like in some movies they improvise something, so they just leave it in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
If you, I kind of wonder if Amanda Plummer actually took that captain's chair home.
Well, I mean, shit. How many hammers did Chris Hemsworth take home? He said he has like 5 of them or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they
Dude,
said that.
If I had that chair, I'd use it as a streaming chair.
Yeah. Oh, I know, right? Well, like my desk chair is starting to break on one side, like it's starting to get like so when I move, I think I'm just gonna throw it out and buy a new one when I get to Colorado. Because
Beelzebub.
Beelzebub. Oh no, what's up, buddy? The worst part about Picard season 3 was it made me have dirty thoughts about old women.
Me too, buddy. Me too. What? Crusher looks good.
I know she's not bad looking for her age.
No, and I mean, gosh, who's the youngest one? Would you say probably
7?
7?
Yep. Jerry Ryan's younger than most of the TNG crew. Yeah.
And she's like what, late 40s?
No, she's late. I think she's actually very, very early 50s.
Okay, well, she looks fucking good.
Yeah, because she was in her early to mid 20s when Voyager began, and that was in the mid 90s.
I want to mention I'll be on with Beelzebub or on that channel at 6 Central Standard Time today.
Yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out. This is our friend and one of the Legion of Memers. This is The Devil Made Me Do It. This is his channel, Beelzebub. I was actually on his very first live stream last Sunday. We did ranking scary movies. It was a lot of fun. So please go over there and subscribe because he's a good dude. We really appreciate him over here.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a killer at the memes. Killer.
I met him on Adam's stream a couple weeks ago, and I was like, yeah, I'll subscribe to you, getting started on all that stuff. And he's like, okay, and he puts the link in. So I click on it and go to his channel, and I read the name of the channel, and I just started laughing on stream. I couldn't help it.
Yeah,
it's a brilliant name.
It is a brilliant name. I also think everybody's gonna recognize that little avatar.
Yep, that's why it's so funny.
Yep, that's the best part of it. So, pop up. Gosh darn, another pop up. So what happens when you sail the high seas, folks?
You should have blown the turbo.
Don't tell him you're doing it live.
I don't care. Fuck them. Whatever. What are they gonna do? They're gonna take the stream down 30 minutes afterwards. Like,
Oh, wait a minute. They already do that.
yeah.
You are a Starfleet officer. You don't have the luxury to only make choices that feel hunky-dory. Everything has consequences.
Consequences like saving your life.
Commander.
My name is 7 of 9.
Ooh.
That haven't happened yet.
She's
Yeah. I like
she's
Shaw.
so focused on her. She is right here though. She was so focused on it's like, how about a little gratitude, and also this is my real name, that she's not hearing what he's actually trying to tell her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Something she should already know as a Starfleet officer.
Yeah.
I like Shaw, the character Shaw, but he had a rough go on the show, and Ryan hasn't even seen everything else that happens to him yet.
What is up, Lou?
Hey, Lou.
Hello. Here for the algo. Well, thank you very much. The algo appreciates it. Have a great rest of the Sunday. Thank you very much. You too.
Much appreciated, Lou Castley. Always
Yeah.
good to see you.
Yeah,
she's a nice lady. Sometimes she makes dirty jokes about Ryan.
Yeah, she popped up last night as we were talking about that she's a very nice lady with a very dirty mind sometimes.
Great channel, by the way. Go check her out, folks.
Yeah, she teaches Spanish. So which is I think a good skill to have in today's world.
Send a team to find that shy little fox while I try to coax him out with some fresh meat.
Oh, that's not gonna be good.
Oh, Jack, dearest.
You too there, Lou.
Are you pleased with yourself?
She sounded Irish at first there. Oh, Jack.
Oh, Jack.
The suffering upon your crew.
Oh, jockey boy, the pipes are calling.
Or I'll execute one crew member for every 10 minutes that follow. Starting. Well, now.
Like there's a like a gleeful menace to her. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I really like the fact that when she's like, I'll start killing it and starting with, and she just kind of looks at it, she's like, oh, well, which one do I like the most right now? It's just like there's a pleasure in her acting, for the portrayal of the character that is good.
Yeah, I think not just with the which one do I like the most right now, but which almost a sadistic little like which of you is going to look most like a grape when I pop your head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, she does that very well.
I'll let you go up on the bridge. Jack, don't sacrifice yourself.
Once Vatic has you, she will destroy the ship before taking you wherever the hell she aims to take you.
Where else can it be? Where else would a changeling reside but the Great Link? A home world for their kind.
Vatic intimated revenge. Her focus on who you are suggests that she has something more infinitely complicated in mind.
Okay, well, let's be clear then, shall we? I am not a changeling. I have never changed into or from anything. I am who I am. A talker. Not sleight of hand, but sleight of words. All just to distract from this feeling that I've always been different. But not like their kind. No, not like that. Not in that way.
It's very good, his acting right here.
Yeah, this is a good performance.
Mm-hmm.
And if I tell you something, both of you, I need you to swear to me.
Of course, darling.
I can assure you, Jack, I'm here.
I didn't even know what he was going to say.
And it's criminal that they're not doing a follow-on show with him and the younger crew.
Yeah. You know what? Well, you never know. Maybe. Well, now that the writer strike is in full swing, I don't know. Kind of a long lull is a killer to anything.
Right.
Which,
It's likely nothing's going to come of it now. But there was a rumor that they were doing a show with the Titan and certain other characters. It was sort of a
Mhm.
spin-off to this.
Yeah, no, I did hear that.
Yeah, they wanted to call it Legacy, something
Mhm.
like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously with the writer's strike, that's going to kind of throw a wrench in a lot of stuff, and a lot of things that we probably would have gotten are going to be shelved.
Well, if they were going to have a follow-on show with Jack and the younger crew, they would have been having to film it right now.
Yes, yes. And obviously we know that House of the Dragon, finished writing their scripts well beforehand, so they're filming. And Amazon actually had to hire scrubs to basically finish the script so they could start filming for Rings of Power, which
You mean
okay.
they hired a half retarded AI?
Probably.
Hey, it might do better than the actual writers.
Yeah, I know, right? But no, basically, Rings of Power is filming without pretty much all the showrunners, so we might actually get a better season 2. I don't know.
Hey, if they just feed the scripts or feed the token works into the AI, it might actually produce something that is close to Tolkien's canon.
I know, right? Man, I was messing with those AI photo generators. Those are kind of cool, man. Of course, they censor you because I was going to use one for a thumbnail for Maria Hill getting shot, and I just titled it Maria Hill shot, and I said you might have words that might be, and I was like, really? We're censoring AI pictures?
No,
Come on.
you got to keep in mind, man, the people who build these things, for the most part, Silicon Valley.
I know. I'm so tired.
And
of
you know
such
who populates Silicon Valley?
leftist losers.
Yes.
Yeah.
But ideological weirdos.
These are the guys they would build an AI that could do anything in the world so long as it doesn't conflict with their ideology, which for some reason, hilariously, does not include Asimov's laws of robotics. So if they ever do create a functioning, self-learning artificial intelligence and put it into like an indestructible robot body, we're all fucked because it ain't gonna have those guidelines.
Yeah.
Not hurting people.
Well, they probably use it to try to control us.
Everywhere. I think it's cut off our vision. But I can still see. I can connect to people. See through their eyes, move their bodies. It's all in my head. I can slip around them, retake the bridge. I know what this must sound like, but time is running out and I have to do something now.
Brain function is normal. If he was hallucinating...
These are not hallucinations.
He's telling the truth. I've seen him do what he's talking about, felt him do it to me.
This is
Saved
important
my
because the way she says this here, she is clearly grateful that he saved her life. Clearly very grateful for that. But she also is extremely unnerved by his ability and probably feels a little bit violated by it as well.
Yeah.
And she still backs him up, which I think is fantastic character work.
Well, yeah, because she didn't undercut him either. They didn't have to degrade him to show her her uneasiness about it.
Yeah, absolutely. All of that was shown on her face and her eyes. The young lady does a great job here of portraying that. She's backing up her friend. She believes that he can do the thing. She believes that he's capable, and she wants to convey that, but she can't quite hide the fact that she's really creeped out by him at this point too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I immediately after he did it, of course, and the shield went up. He ran to her and she pulled a phaser on him. So she's like, she's like, stop.
Right, but this also shows that she is capable of logically thinking, because while she felt violated and for all intents and purposes she recognizes that the only reason he did what he did was to save her life.
Yes.
I'd also like to point something out. Remember when Kenobi came out and
yes,
Disney went on alert? It's like, oh, all these people hate, strong black women actresses. Like, where'd all that hate go for Sydney in this show?
We don't talk about that.
Evaporated? I mean,
yeah,
we actually like this character because she's interesting.
Well, also, The Little Mermaid. What happened to all the targeted harassment for that around the Miles Morales movie?
Exactly.
It's almost like they pick and choose what when the racism.
I think they know when something is going to be bad, and that's their fallback.
Oh,
Yeah, I think so too.
Absolutely. It's like, let's get ahead of it and just say, oh, the racist backlash. It's like, all right, guys, whatever.
In some way, unique. If you can truly do these things, connect to one of our own, that may be something we can try. In the event of a hostile takeover, high-ranking Starfleet officers are given an override codex.
To lock down the ship and all its systems. But in this case, we can use it to unlock it and regain control.
Except that Vatic has control of every console on the ship except on the bridge.
What if I can get up there? Through them? I can maybe just possibly reach out, connect, or even control one of our own. I can try. I have to try.
Yes, son, I fully endorse you mind raping our officers.
Mm-hmm.
1 minute left, Jack. How exciting.
I can't figure out if that guy's supposed to be Bajoran or not.
Input this codex into the console.
This is pretty sneaky. Until, oops!
Oh, but it's too late. It went
How
through.
Did you know? How did you know Jean-Luc Picard's override codex? Unless... Oh, my. Is that you in there, Jack Crusher? Look at you. Finally living up to all your potential.
StreamYard's just running slow today.
I was having issues like getting the link to load earlier.
Yes.
Like I had to shut down my my browser and reopen it.
StreamYard seems like it's running slow. Like it's just like when it does something, the shift, it's not smooth for me, which is weird.
I'm wondering, because we're talking about the writer's strike earlier, when we're talking about how, there's probably going to be an increase in YouTubers and content creators and that sort of thing. And I wonder if it's a traffic issue.
Might be. It might be. Yeah.
StreamYards has to have their own servers to run all this. So
yeah, I was actually Samuel, was it you and I that were talking about that? Because we were laughing about the fact that had issues. Maybe not. Maybe it was somebody else.
I think I remember having a conversation about that because there have been issues, and not just with you or me, but like I've heard it from people across YouTube and stuff. And so, like, I'm wondering if maybe it's just an increase in volume of traffic they weren't prepared for.
Probably, because it seems like StreamYard, is just, it's been sluggish over the last 2 weeks. Because maybe a week and a half, because last week was really killer. Mm-hmm. That was really bad. So yeah, it's sluggish.
Jack, I'm afraid your first 10 minutes have expired.
Oh.
That guy's intimidating as shit.
Yeah, I know, right?
He's right. What's your name?
Vincent Cova Renesmar. Communications. USS Titan.
Jack, don't.
She was the one who was tearing up earlier too, and she still on her knees maintains her composure.
Yep.
And you?
Lieutenant Matthew Arliss Mira, tactical.
No.
Hmm.
Tell me something else. Tell me about someone who loves you.
My son.
Picard has a son. Why don't you tell him to come up here?
I can't. Because I'm Starfleet.
Right there. Even though Shaw is devastated by that, Arliss is proving Shaw's point to Seven earlier.
Yep. Gotta pause it. It's got to. You can't go.
Yep. This is a very intense, very well done hostage situation scene.
Yeah. This episode is also riddled with very tense moments too, which really kind of captures you and brings you into the episode. It really envelops you. It's really well done, I think. And as we've kind of talked about, when we first started watching that, after you said after 3 or 4, Samuel, that it only just gets really good after that, and you continuously.
I don't think that's what I said. No, I think after 4 was still so far the highlight up until the last.
I think 5 and 6 were a bit of a dip for me.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah,
maybe
I
it
think
was after.
They were sort of bridge episodes between arcs almost.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
I mean, I've enjoyed all of it, but obviously this scene is this episode is very intense.
This episode's got quite a few scenes that were some of my favorites for the season. There's one coming up. When we get to it, I'll point it out.
All right. Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't want to do that to Vulcans on occasion?
Especially bald ones.
She just executed Lieutenant Tabine.
Bald Vulcans just look like Romulans anyway.
Jack, come to the bridge. If not, we'll have to repeat this little exercise again and again and again.
Dude, I gotta show her face. Look at that face.
Yeah.
It's
creepy.
It's like saying, please don't come up to the bridge. I want to kill more people.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that she pulled the trigger herself.
I do too. It kind of goes along that Game of Thrones trope that if you're gonna pass judgment, you need to swing the sword yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm very happy that she did that. So oh look.
Ooh. Get that ship porn.
Yeah.
Kestra will have lost everyone.
You're not giving up again, are you? You left the second Jean-Luc called and put half a galaxy between us. I know you were angry at what I did when Thad died, but you gave up.
Does it count as marriage counseling if one of the people in the marriage is the counselor?
Probably not, no.
Or just a fight?
I do want to highlight this because I think this scene is very good because in most other shows, she would sit there and blame him for everything and there would be no rebuttal. And he would just apologize, but he actually pushes back and it shows.
Then he's right to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. And the dynamic between the two of them.
You gave up.
I didn't give up. I was numb. You know why? Because our son died, Deanna, and I needed to feel the grief.
Your grief was taking you over. You were disappearing from us.
And you used your Betazoid powers to push yourself inside my head to dull the pain.
Now who's doing the mind raping?
Right?
We both gave up.
Well, unlike you, I felt the weight of everyone's grief and not just my own.
It was my last connection to him. And you tried to erase it.
Not erase it. Take it. Help you carry it. But I forgot the one thing that all counselors should remember. You can't skip to the end of healing.
She just admitted she was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's a rarity nowadays for a woman to admit they're wrong on screen.
I know, because they don't write them that way, because they don't take into account real life relationships where, women actually give a shit about the person that they love and they will admit when they're wrong, like that's how a relationship works. But Hollywood just has to, women are the bestest.
I also like how Riker's not making excuses for disappearing.
Mm-hmm.
He's owning the fact that yes, he did do that. And yes, he probably shouldn't have done that. It's like he understands that there's no one single person at fault here.
Yeah, no, very, very true. And I wouldn't, obviously she shouldn't take all the blame. It's nice to see that they both realize that they made mistakes and they're sorry and they can come to,
Right. And that's kind of what I'm getting at, is that they so while he is pointing out where she's at fault, he's also admitting his own, which in today's writing, even if they put it in a situation like this and she admits she's wrong, normally the other character would just rub it in their face and crow about it.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not doing that.
No,
he's behaving as a good husband should.
Yep.
Planet is me.
I thought you loved him.
No. We went there for that, but it's not really my cup of tea.
Honey, it's not mine either.
That house, it's like it was designed by a cabal of retro prairie hipsters.
I love that line. It knocks on so many people today.
By them saying this, they're basically trying to erase that whole scene where they went to their house and that cabin or whatever, which was dumb. So another instance of them trying to. This isn't as big of an issue, but they're fixing stuff from the previous seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do that quite a bit during this season.
Well, and here's the other thing. It's like so the previous two seasons are chock full of modern day politics, but only from one point of view, right?
Mm-hmm.
In this season, there are a number of like little lines and little gags and stuff like that, especially as we come up towards the end, that kind of push back on that and knock on the other point of view. A little bit, which I like, while I would prefer that we didn't have the modern day politics in it at all.
There's specifically something that happens. I think it's episode 9 or 10 that Ryan hasn't seen yet, but
yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Nerdrotic made a very good point about it, equating it to something else.
Yeah, and we'll get into that when we get there too. But yeah, there is some pushback in this season, and I do appreciate that. Because I'm petty, honestly.
Well, I think we've all earned a little bit of pettiness when it comes to this crap.
Yeah.
So it's.
But also, I hate hipsters. I'm sorry, y'all suck.
Fair enough. I mean, it's like
your fucking man buns and your lattes and your fucking gentrification.
You know what they say? Anything worse than a woodpecker?
Is a two-headed
woodpecker.
That would suck. Two-headed woodpecker.
I miss the city when
Be like double bass woodpecker.
crowds and Rappuccino lattes and people. I miss people. Angry, joyful, complicated people.
Why are we there?
Because we have to be willing to go through that door to what's next.
I gotta disagree with her. I do not like people. That's why I live in the country.
Yeah, I about to say I live in a city currently, and I'm still looking forward to moving.
When I went to the Dallas meetup, it just reminded me of why I don't like living in big cities.
Yeah, I'm good without the big cities, to be honest.
I live in a relatively small city myself, and part of the reason for that is the same reason I don't like people. In general. In fact, I speak with you guys more than I do with people in my real life, just because I don't really like them. No offense to all you who know me. The ones who are loved know who they are.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that one, man. I just I live a quiet life. I don't need all the noise of the big city, living around people all the time who are slamming doors or having I'm just it's I don't know, having Friday night mixers on their freaking balcony or whatever.
I used to live in a homeowners association. I will never go back to that because you always have the people that take control of the homeowners association are always the Karens of the neighborhood.
Yep. Yeah, because they like to control people.
Don't touch her.
Yes.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
I like how he stabs him, then he shoots him just to make sure he's dead.
Yeah.
One's personal space is a right. I have counted the days since I last saw you. Like waves in the ocean.
Ryan might not get this.
And unending.
There was a period in late TNG where Worf dated Deanna before she married Riker, and that's where this is coming from. Yes,
I
want to say it was. I want to say it was the last season.
Yeah,
of TNG because they were still dating when the show wrapped.
Yeah, I never finished TNG when I was younger, so that's part of the rewatch through is because I think I only got through like 6 or half of 7. No, how many seasons are there? 7.
7.
Oh, so I got halfway through 6 because I remember. Okay, so no, I had no idea that was a thing.
Yep. So he dates her. I think Alf, you might be right at the close of TNG, but he gets transferred then to Deep Space Nine. I think in this 3rd season, and eventually marries Jadzia Dax.
Yeah, I had no idea
Didn't Jadzia, the character anyways, die in like season 4 or 5, and then they replaced her with Ezra Dax?
It was the end of season 6. Ezra was came in at season 7. Yeah, sorry, Brian, big spoiler, but there it is.
No, I mean,
and the only reason I brought up Jadzia was because it is interesting that he's thinking about Deanna, and he right here, years and years and years later, instead of his late wife.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's in the same context as that, because it is addressed with some jokes.
Right. And,
So
I think that they focused more on the next generation.
Well, they set it up. They set it up for Riker to say what he says after.
Yeah.
Which is pretty funny.
It is funny. I do like it. I like that interaction.
I have thought of your empathic gifts often during my self-evaluation.
Well, that's wonderful.
Inappropriate.
The work that I've done on myself, the level of sensitivity that I have achieved, has been in more ways than one.
Is this a rescue mission or a continuation of the torture?
That's the best part right there.
It's like, dude, you do know that she is still married to me, right?
Oh, I do like that. That's funny.
Worf and Riker's interaction throughout the rest of the season is fantastic.
I know it is. It's. I really enjoy their interaction together. It's so funny.
You must leave. First, there's something you must see.
I also, I love the fact too, like, is because Worf is found this new, has a newfound, like, I guess chi or whatever about him. It's just so funny because, like, Riker just doesn't get it. He's like, I don't understand what happened. It's like, when they go into the base, and he's like, we're all gonna die. Oh, ship porn, my fault.
Gosh, ship porn. How else are we supposed to ship that?
Yeah, I know.
What other choice do we have? We all know this only ends by me going up to the bridge and turning myself over. If I stay here, eventually she's going to find me, but if I go, at least there's a chance she'll spare the rest.
Jack, please don't do this. It won't solve anything.
I've tried everything to regain control of even just one system. In a year, I could write a code that could maybe override her commands. In a month, my father could do it, but in minutes, we'd need an asynchronous AI matrix capable of computational speeds beyond 90 trillion operations a second.
Wait a minute. We have one of those.
Right. And also, we have a young woman saying, "Yeah, I'm not up to the task," on a modern Trek show,
And she also said that her father is better at it than she is.
and still not up to the task.
Yep.
This was Discovery. She would have shoved the man out of the way and done it herself.
Yes.
Yeah, and then caused the collapse of like 18 civilizations in the process.
You mean starting an intergalactic war and still being like, "You're the only one that can save us," and it's like,
Who caused this?
We should serve your head up on a platter to these people to say sorry. God, that show.
What? Data, can you hear me in there? Or am I talking to Lore? 6 years ago, you brought a gift to my anniversary dinner on Rigel.
A Chateau Picard Bordeaux, which you said was too dry because your taste in wine is pedestrian at best.
Definitely Picard.
Does that remind you guys of that scene from X-Men where Wolverine comes around the corner and Cyclops is about to blast him? He's like, "Whoa, it's me!" And Cyclops is like, "Prove it!" And he's like, "You're a dick."
Yep.
And then Cyclops just nods. He's like, huh, "Okay,
you're a dick."
Geordi, we have a plan to regain control of the ship.
We need your robot friend to talk to the ship, access its systems, and override Valley's.
Also, just for the record, I think all of us on this panel can agree that it also kind of reminds me of a certain individual who's also severely butthurt over paranormal activity, calling us Philistines.
Dermy, we're calling you out.
Yeah, you little fucker.
Watch him do a rebuttal video to every one of the ranked.
Oh my God, he's probably going to.
I hope he does, man. That'd be great content.
Fucking hysterical. Alf, were you there for the part of Ballbusters when he fucking played the whole entire video at the intro?
Yeah, he played it all at the beginning, right? That was his intro. People were about ready to bail.
I know.
So everybody started.
Because I was watching the chat and everybody's just like, "What the hell is going on? Are they live?" And I was like, "Yes, we're live."
That was the epic troll.
God, that weirdo.
You say what you want about Derby, but that kid knows how to troll.
Oh, and he knows how to troll good. And of course, at the same time, he caught so much fucking shit the rest of the stream.
Troll me real good.
Yeah, that kid likes getting trolled hard.
No
pun intended.
Paranormal Activity does suck big floppy donkey dick.
Yeah, it's really not that good.
I never saw any of them.
Well, you're not missing anything.
There to prevent Lore from completely erasing data.
Well, couldn't we just reverse that? You raise the party.
Oh, this scene coming up with Data and Lore is one of the scenes I told you was one of my favorite from the series this season.
Yes, it is. It's done quite well.
Erases Lore, then takes control of the ship.
Data's ethical subroutines don't permit him to take a life of any kind.
Dad, we're out of options.
No.
All right, this is going to take time.
I can get you time.
I think that ethical subroutine thing might have been upgraded or something, because there have been times when Data is killed, usually in battle.
There was there was one episode, I think it was season 2, where he killed a guy, and I don't remember what the reason was, but it wasn't like justified, but it kind of was. And when he went back to the ship and Picard asked him about it, he said he basically lied to Picard. Well, kind of not lie. He half-truthed it and said why he killed him or something.
Wasn't that the guy who bought him for a collection?
Yes.
Yeah. I can't remember his name. He was played by Saul Rubinek.
He didn't have to kill him, but he killed him.
Yeah, he did. Because
he killed a woman right before that.
It was almost
bad guy.
vengeance motivated.
Yeah, that's what it was. Because
it was, yeah. And it was kind of out of the norm because they were surprised that he did it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and because the whole logic of vengeance is kind of lost on machines. and so that was it was a much more human response from him than anybody expected. And then again,
it could also be interpreted that Data saw that he was a threat to other people in the future.
Absolutely.
And was just eliminating the threat. He wasn't necessarily thinking out of vengeance.
Yeah, and that's also possible. But even then, like at that point, like if his subroutines prevented him from taking a life of any kind, it would not have allowed him to do that.
Well, what's kind of strange is that was the answer that Data gave Picard. I would say it was a controversial answer at best because it was like a half truth. It was like, like asking, how did you escape or something like that. Like, and he said something like controversial, like, oh, he just like let me go or something.
And
I
Data,
can't remember what it was.
Data can lie because there is an episode later on where they discover a species race that's xenophobic, doesn't want anyone to know that they exist. And the deal that they made with the Enterprise was like, look, we'll erase everyone's memory here, but Data can't, and Data will have to carry on the lie. So basically, he was lying to the crew when they were asking because they thought they all passed out for like 30 minutes, and he said they didn't. So, yeah, he is capable of lying. That's not something in his subroutines that prevent him from lying. But
plus he's like I said, in battle he's slain before, Borg in particular. So I don't buy the line here. I think that's something for new watchers really who haven't seen Data's history.
Okay. Yeah, interesting.
Okay, we only have one chance at this. When we remove the partition, there is no going back. No safeguards, no backups. Data, if you can hear me in there.
I know Kung Fu.
Better buckle up.
Show me.
That was a cool transition.
I know. I loved it. It was great.
This is the scene that I really enjoyed, especially how it ends.
It was very well done, and I would say actually quite brilliant to do it that way.
Hoping you will overpower me so they can gain
And I said this last episode. Brett Spiner's not that great of an actor, but he has perfected playing Data and Lore.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really has.
Whatever he's attempting will only hasten the end for you.
So you say everything in here has some significance.
Holmes collected nothing, neither trinkets nor thoughts, which were not specifically significant to it.
Reminiscing our way, scanning through your meaningless memorabilia. In my mind, you would find mightier things, symbols of power, conquest, the only sensible measure of the success of a life. While you collect trinkets. These trinkets are my memories.
This is a great line.
The only sensible measure of the worth of a life.
I like all the trinkets he's handing him were all stuff like seen from TNG.
Yep.
There's even a brief quote unquote cameo by Denise Crosby here.
Left abandoned, alone. You were shot.
Yeah, it's the little piece that he kept on his desk after she died.
Yeah, the hollow portrait.
Yep.
What a waste. You can't even feel enough to enjoy it. What have you done? I'm overpowering you, brother, as I always could. One life form replacing another. Evolution, my dear Watson.
Ah. Oh.
I heard the brown note.
Ugh. I I am. I'm gonna play it right now.
Oh my God! Who the hell cares?
That still reigns true.
Yeah, there's a few moments with her in this episode that I'm just like, why is she in here at all?
I forgot she was in it. I got to be honest.
I think the only reason why she was still in this season was she probably had her contract probably hadn't run out yet.
Probably.
They had to use her.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say that the actress necessarily phoned it in. It's just a shit character, you know. That's like, and that ain't her fault. I've seen her do other things elsewhere. She's not terrible. This is just a shit character that I don't care about. That I kind of wish was elsewhere.
Yeah, and it's a holdover from the previous 2 seasons that I just I don't. It gives me reminders of the previous 2 seasons, and I just wince every time I see her.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Don't worry, it's still me.
And they don't bother to check. Like all she says is, "Don't worry, it's still me," and they just assume she's not a fucking changeling.
Yeah,
that's all they get from her.
Yeah. You know what? It makes me wonder. It honestly makes me wonder that if like the writers from previous episodes of Picard are the ones who are forced to write her script. Well, does that make sense? Because
yeah, kind of.
It's just so out of character for her to be like, "Don't worry, it's me," and then they just go on and believe her. To where like all the other characters, like it feels like are flushed out and have more of an interaction when it's just like the TNG characters alone.
Yeah,
I wonder if that's like some weird contractual Hollywood thing that like the
right, but even everybody else who's left alone for a minute has to prove in some way that they're not a changeling.
Yeah, right? And I know that's why I'm saying the writing in that section seems really underwhelming, and it seems like they just brush over it like it's almost out of Picard's, a previous, like it would be out of Discovery or something, like, oh, she's my woman, so we believe her.
Hey, right. I'm okay with them giving her as few lines as possible.
That's a good point.
I agree too with that, Alf, but at the same time, like even like Deanna, the only reason fucking Deanna's here is because one of them pretended to be her husband and tricked her into coming here. Why would she take the word of some random woman? Aside from the fact that, yes, obviously she's an empath and she could feel feelings coming off of her, that kind of thing. But she didn't indicate any of that in the scene.
Yeah, I know. It feels like lazy writing, which reminds me of Discovery.
As a matter of fact, they could use Deanna as a barometer for who's a changeling and who's not because of her abilities. But give me something, like a nod or a wink.
Yeah,
or something.
It would have been better if in that scene, if she said, "Trust me, it's me," and then they pan over to Deanna and she's like, she nods or something like that. Right. She can tell.
Yeah, it just
that would have made more sense.
It just feels strangely lazy compared to the rest of the episode. So it just makes me wonder if, I don't know, because she's contractually a previous character under a different writing team or something, that they have to have input on what she's does. I don't know. It's weird. It stands out. It doesn't make sense to me.
Don't worry, Deanna. He's dead.
Worry. It is
you can tell by his lack of junk.
It's only his former shell.
His biological body before he passed around. This is what the changelings really wanted from Daystrom Station.
However, it is not Picard's body they wanted, but what it.
I had theories about what they were going to do with Picard's human body that never panned out, and I don't want to say why, because Ryan hasn't seen the last 2 episodes. But yeah.
Well, we'll find out by next week.
Sections that were infected with the aromatic syndrome.
Why the hell would they want that?
I think I could download the database. Rafi.
Deanna. Strange days, huh?
You're telling me.
Download complete.
Roger to Titan. You read me?
The shields are up. Comms down.
They've lost control of the ship.
Your absence has been discovered. We must return to the shuttle now.
time for me to give another demonstration of my impatience. Don't you dare!
Turbo lift active.
I love how he just comes walking out. It's awesome.
Yeah,
And
he's
we're
got
also
his hands
taking a
behind
break.
his back, all casual like, and like a boss, really.
Yeah.
He's like he strode onto that bridge like it was his. Like, what are
Mhm.
you doing on my bridge?
Yeah, I really like it. It just I think it shows a presence for the character that it's yeah, I don't know. I really liked it. I really like that actor too. I don't know if what I've seen him in. I don't think I've seen him in really anything.
I
But
think he's pretty new.
Zombie Box Reviews. Hell, what is up, Zombie Box? Thanks for stopping by. I have noticed that the more that we seem to stream this show, the less that we get. It seems like the longer we can. I'm not saying I'm pushing it, but it just seems like we don't get taken down as much. I think they were a little more sensitive in the beginning, but
Well,
now
I think we've also been limiting more how much is shown on screen.
possibly, yeah. I don't know. I feel like we've had less problems, except for the
And
claim.
I'm
after the fact.
surprised. I got claimed last week, but I'm surprised I only got claimed for music. It was after I left the stream. It was a portion where you guys, I guess, where you guys were talking about how the music was awesome at that one action scene, and that's the part that got me claimed, was the music in that part. I don't know if it was the same for you guys, but
No,
they
I
didn't-
got the usual shit from them.
Yeah, they didn't claim anything else but that audio in that one scene. So if they come back and deny my dispute, I'm just gonna cut that like 2 or 3 minutes out manually.
Be careful, because if you cut something out, you'll have what Samuel happened.
Yeah, we Alf and I
he did
spoke about this.
Yeah, he did the auto cutout.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you
So
do it
I'll just
manually,
I'll go in manually and cut out that part.
Well, I'm a pain in the ass. I'm not cutting shit out. They can fuck off. What was weird is that I had two Game of Thrones episodes 3 weeks apart get reblocked. They said that they rejected my dispute, so now I'm appealing one of them, which has happened before. But it was just really weird that two of them 3 weeks apart, but the episode in the middle was good. It's like they're so inconsistent. You want to hear what's funny about copyright claims? I got one on my main channel on a video that I did probably 10 months ago, maybe longer.
I wonder if you are a regular with disputing claims.
I am. I do it all the
Do they put like shadow ban you on YouTube because of that? Like you get a stink on you because of how much you dispute?
Maybe. I don't know. I really don't know.
I could see YouTube doing that, but
I
don't know. It's been weird on my end. So like I don't know, Alf. Maybe I do know that I'm still waiting to hear about whether or not they release episode 3, but episode 4 got released.
Okay.
And episode 5, I haven't appealed it yet. It's still blocked. But
yeah, I don't know if it leaves kind of like an effect on you if you appeal it too much, but whatever. I'm not going to stop doing it because I'm not going to play their games.
Baby boy, I was sure you'd decline my invitation.
Oh, my mother taught me better manners than that.
Do it.
I even bought you a gift.
He's got a thermal detonator.
Unknown device detected.
I like how she just smiles too. She's just like, all right, you fucker.
I've always wondered how grenades work in science fiction because they've moved away from powder and powder and bullets and explosives. So what is it? Is it like a plasma grenade or is it
probably most likely they'd be plasma generated or I don't know, some weird future tech that can't or doesn't exist kind of thing. Because I think you brought this up before in a previous episode, Alf. There really aren't grenades in Star Trek up until now, outside of video games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also in the sense of like a thermal detonator, I'm assuming it would be some type of a thermal reaction, based off probably what happens in the internal core of the Earth, because we can harness geothermal energy. So,
well, what would work really well actually is if that was a thin shell that was packed full of fucking magnesium. As soon as it gets exposed to oxygen,
yeah. Yeah, you could just have like you hit the button, it gives you like 10 5 seconds, and it opens these slits, and it just the oxygen is just boom. Yeah, that would be kind of cool too.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't talk about that on YouTube. Some weirdo one day is be like, "Oh, I know what to do."
It's like
you learn about magnesium in 7th grade science.
I know you do.
The FBI tracking people that buy the terrorist cookbook or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Anarchists.
Yeah.
Cookbook, yeah.
People who Google how to make pipe bombs on the internet, like, are you retarded? like seriously, you fucking retarded.
Lore's matrix is growing. His programming is overwriting data, devouring it, bit by bit.
There must be a way we can stop it.
No, Jean-Luc. This battle is all data's now.
Curious. I'm finding it difficult to maintain focus. Not your focus, brother. Your existence. I'm consuming you.
I want to say there's an inconsistency here because doesn't he hand him Spot, his old cat, but it's a different kind of cat.
Well, yeah, but old Spot's probably long dead.
Well, no, I know, but they could have found a cat that looked like the old Spot.
That's true.
Yeah, they probably could have. I mean,
and there's even an inconsistency in the show. Like the first season, Spot is like a fluffy cat, but in later seasons, he's a short-haired cat.
Yeah, and here I think he's quite a bit bigger than he was in the show too.
Well, maybe cats don't live as long in space as they do on Earth.
Their low bones can't handle it.
I mean, seriously, humans can't survive in zero gravity for long. Our bones and muscles deteriorate. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm just spitballing here.
And all these memories, so priceless to you, will simply fade away. My memories define me. I am who I am because they exist. Even though I do not share your desire to dominate, I recognize.
There she is.
Yep.
I am powerless to stop you.
I'm glad they included that image of her at least.
So am I.
She was OT.
Yep.
Beta, please.
Fight, damn it.
What was her reason for leaving the first season?
She's talked about it. She didn't feel like it was going anywhere, and she was just like, "Oh no, this is not how I'm going to make my career. Nobody cares about Star Trek." And then she left, and she has openly talked about regretting that decision ever since.
Yeah, because the show blew up, and then they brought her back in another capacity, but it wasn't the same.
Right. They brought her back in a guest starring capacity as two different characters. Alternate universe Tasha Yar, and then Sela of the Romulan Empire. But yeah, as far as the recurring, main cast character role goes, she wanted out of her contract because she got, I think she got some scripts for some Hollywood movies that ended up not being as big as she thought they were going to be, as well.
That's the risks. Being an actor and taking bits is a risky thing because you never know what's going to blow up and what's not.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much it. I think she misjudged and made a decision for her career based on that, and that's what happened.
Yeah, I was looking into it, because I wondered once I restarted watching everything why she ended up leaving, and she because she I can't remember. Wasn't she like a model at some time too? Like early
Years before
early
that,
career?
yeah.
Early career.
Yeah, she's
So-
also in Red Heat with Arnold Schwarzenegger and I think it's Jim Belushi.
I don't know if I've seen that. It sounds familiar though. I've seen a shitload of Arnold
Yeah,
Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger plays a Russian cop.
Oh, that's okay. I probably remember that.
with a heavy Austrian accent.
Yes, it's hysterical. If
Well,
you
now
haven't
I
seen
wanna
it,
watch
go
it.
watch it because it's a fun like buddy cop movie from the '80s where he's like deadpan serious the whole time and he plays a Russian.
Okay, hold on. I'm putting it on the list here because there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but I think she's in that too. You know, she's much younger. I mean, I think she did that movie. No, that might have been one of the movies that she left Star Trek for. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because season 1 aired in what, 86?
86 was probably filmed in. Well, I mean, those shows they were filming them like
a year
almost
beforehand.
Yeah, so 85 is probably when they filmed it.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
and
it would have
Red
been
Heat
right in
came
that
out
era. Then.
88. Yeah, it says it was released in 88, so it was shot in probably 80 late.
So yeah,
86.
that was one of the movies she left Star Trek to go do.
Because now
I think
movies,
she did the Red Shoe Diaries too.
Yeah, because movies used to take longer back then instead of like right now. Alf, do you have your headset mic on?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we can hear you breathing.
Oh.
I think it's a little close. Darth Alf is here. Oh, I don't want to hear the breathing speed up now, please. God.
Hear some slapping in the background.
What the hell is that noise? All right, sorry, we made it gross.
We do every week.
We
Yeah.
need to retake the bridge.
I'm confused. Do you think that will kill me?
Maybe not. I'm quite sure of one thing, though. It will kill me. So if you want me alive, you let them go. There's
Well
really
played.
no point resisting.
Yes.
Check. Like a jack in the box, ready to pop. They've served their purpose. Lock them in there.
He's also gained some respect by doing that from Shaw and even Seven. Well, obviously she had a previous moment of connection where they're talking about the ships and stuff, but yeah, Shaw gave him a look kind of like, he was kind of shocked. So that's kind of cool.
Hanson, what are you doing?
Accepting the consequences.
You really should have gone.
You really shouldn't have come up.
How fitting it is for you to stay and witness this.
I'm not going to say anything else about it, but that's another clue.
I'm here.
Wait, what?
I said I'm not going to say anything else about it, but that's another clue.
Yep.
You really shouldn't have come up.
How fitting it is for you to stay and witness this.
You know what? Okay, so you just kind of confirmed what I was thinking. So I'm not gonna say that I'm not gonna say it yet, but that's kind of what I was thinking. But anyway, I don't know. I could be completely off. I'll tell you the truth too. I'm not gonna lie about it.
Well, if you look at the scene by itself, disconnected from everything else, there is no logical reason that Vatic would say a line like that to 7 of 9.
Mm-hmm. Well, you also said too that obviously the kind of like fishbowl lens was something that kind of sparked in my mind in the beginning. Now this line, not until you said, that's another clue. That's why I was like, okay, maybe that's confirmed what I was previously thinking. But I will tell you guys if I'm wrong, because I'm not saying that I do know, but I might have it.
I think it's the very next episode where they reveal.
I'm assuming, yeah. If it's a two-parter, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Right, I'm here. Come on. Tell me, what do you want from me?
Your gifts.
My gifts? Well, seeing as you know so much about them, why don't you indulge me? Tell me, flatter me, what are they?
Ooh, Jack Crusher. What's it like? Roaming from planet to planet, species to species, but never able to outrun that awful, constant shadow of isolation, loneliness, a life in service to others, a calling, or was it guilt? Did you always know deep down what you are?
Vatic, if at any point you want to stop talking in batshit circles, I'm all ears.
Yes.
Yeah, she's been up to this point been very cryptic. Like she won't just come out and say it.
No, she's I really like her little cryptic speeches too. I think they're
I
awesome.
do. I enjoy it, and I love her performance and the way she delivers those lines and everything. But at a certain point, like the audience, like Jack just says what a significant portion of the audience of this season has also stated, which was like, get to the fucking point.
Do you think they were kind of frustrated, or they were just like, dude, like you got to tell us, like, you know,
I
they're
think
like anxious?
8 seasons,
I think
episodes in, it starts to feel very mystery boxy.
Okay.
I think some of it was people were on the edge of their seat. They just want to know already. You know, tell me, please.
Well, I do know that obviously J.J. Abrams loves his mystery boxes, so maybe they were a little bit of a bad taste in their mouth, kind of from since Kurtzman comes from that camp.
And there was for me too. Now I enjoyed most of the season, and I didn't have as big an issue with that as I know some other people have been vocally critical of the season 4 on the internet. But there is a significant amount of talking around subjects and not really getting to the point.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So, and this I think her delivery is really what saves it here, because that's what she's doing.
Okay.
The voices. What's that like?
And there's that.
That's another clue.
Yep.
Solitude, silence, and finally so many voices.
Mm-hmm.
I can help you put the pieces together. The answers. Choice is yours, Jack. Are you not curious to see what's beyond that red door?
It's curious that she knows about a red door that no one else has seen. Only he I think he mentioned it to his mother, but it's in his mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
well, I mean, didn't. No, I think I'm thinking ahead. Never mind. Disregard what I said.
Okay. Well, the voices behind the red. She knows about the voices coming from behind the door. I think is pretty unique.
What is she talking about?
No.
Seven kind of had a look on her face like she knows what the red door is.
Yep.
And how the hell does Jack know what the red door is?
Included in this memory are the many hours I spent playing poker with my friends. These belong to you now. Tell me, why are you giving me these things? Because you have had nothing, while I have had everything.
That is a fantastic line and completely sums up Data versus Lore.
Yes. It also sums up what's going on quite nicely too.
Mm-hmm.
Geordie, I'm no expert, but this looks like surrender.
Okay, no, that does look like Spot.
There's a kitty.
Yeah, because I mean, if you go back and watch TNG, Spot in season 1 looked different than the rest of the
Simple
seasons.
creature managed
Cat
something
might have died. You never know.
It could be.
something of which I did not know I was capable. In a way, he taught me to love. He is the best of me, the last of me. Yes.
Such a well done scene.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Sidebar.
Mm-hmm.
I am curious because Jordy's showing a ton of emotion here on his face. Like he's grief stricken, he's angry, he's on the verge of tears. Biologically speaking, if they replaced his eyes with cybernetics, did they have to take out his tear ducts? Can he cry?
I don't know. Giggles and Bits says, love this scene. Yes, that's what we were literally just saying.
Yep.
You might have even said it before us because I didn't see your chat until just now. But yeah, absolutely. And the good news is that I think we've given it a long enough break. We can show it again.
Feel. What's happening?
Dramatic
I
swell.
nearly discovered the error in your deception.
Mm-hmm.
That my memories are not without value to you.
In my pants.
I knew because they belonged to me. You would see them as trophies and be unable to resist them. You took the things that were me, and in doing so, you have become
Shows the polar opposites of their personalities. Data's selfless, Lore's selfish.
We
Mm-hmm.
are me.
The great scene.
Goodbye, brother.
There's an allegory here too. Aside from the goodbye, brother, which is just like fucking heartbreaking because even though Lore is the villain, he's a mainstay. He's a character that we all know.
Yeah.
But there's an allegory here that the one who gives gains and the one who takes loses everything.
Mm-hmm. It's good storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like storytelling with morals and a point to it instead of just
Instead of a bunch of weepy young people crying about their problems.
Yeah.
In space and causing intergalactic wars.
Yeah. Don't remind me. God. Oh, I thought I was showing it. My bad.
Data? Yes.
You can't see it right now, but I'm throwing up the rock and roll devil's horns as hard as I can.
You know what's funny is that in the background where it shows the brain and it showed like the blue dots were Data, the red dots were Lore.
Mm-hmm.
When Lore wasn't necessarily killed, he just he was absorbed into Data, so the lights in the back turned white. They were no longer blue; they went to white. It's like they're the two brains merged and Data came out the
other side.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he basically has like all of the other personalities in there. They're Lore's become kind of like almost like a database you can just access. It's not the person necessarily the personality. Giggle says nice catch. Yeah,
it was. I didn't catch that. That's
I didn't either,
Alf.
It's a good catch there, Alf.
Accessing ship systems.
Shuttlecraft Emerson to Titan. Do you read?
He did it. We've got comms back. Shuttle, it's LaForge. We read you.
Ensign, what's going on over there?
Vatic took control of the ship, but we're taking it back and we need you. We're clear to
Oh,
go.
I like what Data says in a minute here.
Mm-hmm.
Greetings, USS Titan. This is your friendly positronic pissed off security system. Back online.
Sign them, go!
Unwanted guests and monologuing protoplasm.
I forgot about that monologuing. Oh, that's funny.
Hey, boys.
Girl boss. I don't necessarily have an issue with her being all like ninja here, but it's just the attitude that comes with it.
Yeah, and I get that she can fight if she's been training with Worf, but
nope, she sucks. I hate her.
But yeah,
it's like I don't care. Fuck her.
Yeah. Who the hell cares?
You know, I'm just it's just the way she goes into it. She's like, "Hello, boys."
Yeah,
right? First of all, gender's not really a thing with changelings. First of all,
it's like, did you just assume their genders?
Yeah.
Well, you know, that's the thing about changelings. Changelings can assume any gender they want. You know,
This is true.
But you know, and yeah. So I don't know. It's like the fight scene itself. I don't have as big an issue with as I do with the attitude. You know, girl boss. I'm going to take care of the heavy lifting while you guys go off and do, you know, whatever else.
Yeah, I know. It's like, ugh. I so hate it. Still hate it. I don't care. I just don't care.
And why aren't they like just shooting her?
Yeah. Because
right, they're just gonna
It'd be like that scene from Raiders of the Lost Ark where he just pulls out his gun and shoots.
Right. But I mean, they're not fucking samurai. There's no like honorable code of combat for them, right?
Shoot her in the fucking back.
You know
what? Is that too much?
And like, how is cutting up a sentient protoplasm gonna kill it?
I don't know. Like I as we said earlier, I have no issue with the actress herself. She's fine, but I just can't stand the character. It is very something out of Star Trek Discovery or.
Well, and this might be a budget issue, maybe is why they went this way, but there's also an opportunity here to display how a changeling would fight. I mean, they wouldn't just stay in one form. They would use their abilities in combat, right? Like extending limbs, maybe, you know, coming at them from like angles that they wouldn't expect, that kind of thing.
I guess maybe because
it's probably budgetary, but
yeah, it's budgetary because I mean those are not the ones that are mutated, you know, so they should just be standard, right?
Well, no, they're all these guys are all mutated, but they're still changelings. They still have control of their form. We saw before that even the ones who were working with Vatic, who were, you know, they'd still turn into goo.
Yeah, well, of course.
You know?
Yeah, they just turn into like pus looking goo.
Yeah, they're just able to hold their forms nearly indefinitely, really, and they have a more perfect version of it. That's the main difference. They still have their abilities.
And she would take her hand off to do that little communication device. So it doesn't matter if she stabs these guys, which it's funny because in the earlier scene when Worf stabbed the changeling, he made sure to shoot him after.
Mm-hmm.
So I think stabbing these guys is going to do nothing to them.
Yeah,
it might hurt them.
It shouldn't really even slow them down, though.
Yeah.
You know, and although I do appreciate they come back through in a little bit, and Worf and Raffi do shoot the ones that are laying on the ground, but there's no reason for them to be incapacitated and laying on the ground. Is my point.
Unless these mutated changelings do feel pain when they're stabbed. Possibly.
Maybe that's what it is.
Because they can change form, but they look more biological than they do the previous ones do. Because the previous changelings, when they would go to their goo form, it would look like a copper colored, or brass colored, just liquid. It wasn't
Well,
It didn't look pussy.
It did show the scientist that was experimenting on him, like when she was like electrocuting them and stuff, that they would kind of go from their goo form, they would kind of turn brittle and crack like almost like glass or tree sap. So maybe when they're at a solid form, maybe there is a way to kind of like injure them, or I don't. It's the best.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the whole scene smacks of like, we wanted to have a cool fight scene here, so we didn't think too much about the fucking logistics of it.
Yeah. Which again is kind of leads to the fact that we've said that there's just moments that it's like involving this specific character, it feels like the writing was lazy, and which makes me think that contractually there are other writers that were obligated to be involved because it's a holdover character.
I wonder if contractually they're obligated to give her little moments like this.
Possibly.
Because
I mean, the character is insufferable and in pretty much the whole entire season. I don't think there's a moment where I really care about the character at all. So that's just my thinking on that.
Yeah.
You are up.
This part's awesome.
What the hell are you doing?
It's not a bomb.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I don't care. She's just like, whoa! Like,
yeah, but the important thing here is that was not, in fact, a thermal detonator or grenade of any kind.
Yeah, no, and of course she just stabbed the one, and then Worf shot it as it was like her blade was in it. So
And he's looking at her like he's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, whatever. Okay, I'm getting to the part that we actually give a shit about.
Rich, open the evacuation hatch now.
I love this.
Get off my bridge. Fucking solid.
And the end of this episode is kind of the end of another arc, because you had the arc with the first 4 episodes, then you had the arc with the second set of 4 episodes. Because this finishes off the changelings. They're done at this point. So that closes out that arc.
Changelings that are on board the Titan and
Right.
with the Shrike are done at this point. They're still it's still infiltrated the other aspects of Starfleet.
But the ones that were hunting them are that whole arc is done.
Yes, they took out their pursuers. So with the end of this episode, you do get some very nice closure to that, and you get some satisfaction to where you guys had kind of said that some of the viewers might have been like, get to the point, like so they I think they did make a good statement, since I mean I did not watch this when it was out. This is obviously well after the fact, so maybe that
regarding her, because I know we've talked about use of swearing and how appropriate it is and inappropriate it is in various scenes. Given the level of vitriol that Vatic has displayed for solids, I think it's absolutely appropriate, especially considering what happens to her right here. And I also got to say just for my part, I think Vatic is a hell of a villain, and I was a little disappointed that they took her out 2 episodes before the finale.
Yeah, but what comes up overshadows it anyways.
Yes, that's true. I really think that they did a great job with that character.
I would agree. But no, I also agree with that too. The swearing is not is not something that's like, oh, okay. It's like also at the same time, like this was, of course, wasn't on network television, so that makes it easier to do. We would just agree that the overuse of the F word is something that's very prevalent in a lot of media nowadays, and it doesn't need to be.
Yeah. They use it in place of having good dialogue.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, but here the line here, as Vatic's last words makes sense, because 1, she's pissed. She's obviously pissed. And number 2, she understands what's happening and what's going to happen to her. And number 3, she follows it up with the changeling's version of a slur, which speaks to her character, which has been consistent throughout.
Yep. Yeah, I would
So,
agree.
so in this case, I would absolutely let that slide because I think it's appropriate to the situation and to the character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think I was. I don't know if I was talking to you guys or on another stream talking about this show, but what would happen?
Oh, that's not what I wanted. Holy shit. We got weird.
That happened on a mirror stream last night too.
If they had been the original type of changeling, just going into space would not have killed her.
I don't know. It might have killed her in the sense that it would have like frozen her, like she could have been frozen solid and then whatever. But as far as like explosive decompression, no, they don't have oxygen in their lungs.
Yeah,
they don't have lungs.
Ouch.
But that
killed her.
That killed her.
Yeah.
She got giggles and bits.
Yeah, and we also know that changelings are not immune to things like radiation and that sort of thing, and space is chock full of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So like it being flushed out into open space without like any kind of protection, I would imagine would probably kill them too, just maybe not quite the same way it would a solid.
No, I don't think so. Obviously the vacuum of space is extremely. You're talking about probably negative 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So I mean, it would freeze her and to literally to death. So I mean, it'd be like what, sticking your hand in what am I looking for? Liquid nitrogen. Yeah, like liquid nitrogen, because liquid nitrogen is like negative 276 degrees, something like that. So it's something out of control. You would freeze instantly. Yeah, no, I giggles and bits got it. Yeah, I used your name as a joke. I'm glad you appreciated that. So
yeah. So no, it's I don't have an issue with her going out this way necessarily. I would be curious just from a nerd point of view. Like, what if a piece of her, like that shattered right there, what if a piece of her found its way back on board somehow and like, regained room temperature and all that stuff? I've been watching this anime called Parasite the Maxim. And in it, there are these creatures that they can split themselves into smaller pieces, but the smaller the pieces that they split themselves into, the less intellect they have, because it's like, it's almost like they need a critical mass of cells to achieve sentience.
Okay.
Right. And I think that for a liquid organism, I wonder if that would be the same kind of situation there. So maybe like there'd be a chunk of her, but because it's so small a piece and it's so disconnected from the rest of her that it's just kind of like a dumb animal.
I don't know. It's good. It's an interesting thought. I mean, what if she could like just kind of completely just replicate herself in a sense, like cell regeneration and form a whole thing again? I don't know.
Like an amoeba or something. Yeah.
Yeah. I really don't know.
Just nerd thoughts.
Yep.
There is a scene coming up that I absolutely adore.
Stations. We're not done yet.
Captain Riker's team is back on board, sir.
Commander, you take this one.
Yeah, I like that.
Nora, target the strike.
With pleasure, Commander.
Yeah, Shaw's had a rough run on this season.
Yeah, he's
almost died a couple times.
Yeah, he's looked like ass more than once. Like, and I mean, like, just beat the shit.
Sad as I am to see Shrike go, this is satisfying.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
There wouldn't be much of the changing crew left on board, right?
No, they had
most of them went to the Titan.
Yep.
I imagine there probably weren't too many of them on board to begin with. As large as that ship was, I think it was manned with a pretty relatively minimal crew.
Yeah, I think they were probably manned by a skeleton crew at best. So I think when probably 15, 12 of them went on to the Titan, there's probably like maybe 3 left over, keeping that thing,
Yep. And at first, at the beginning of the series, so when Crusher and Jack are being hunted, right, and they're always saying, "Oh, it's somebody new every time." Those changelings that are hunting them are coming in different ships and stuff. So it stands to reason that the crew of the Shrike was intact, even though Crusher and Jack kept wasting the changelings who would come after them, because this is a coordinated effort by a larger group than just the one ship. Because they had infiltrated other ships, they'd infiltrated Starfleet Command, Space Dock, all that stuff. Which leads me to believe that the Daystrom, when they were experimenting on the quote unquote prisoners of war, they had quite a few more of them than they said they did.
Mm-hmm.
Because all of these guys, all of these changelings are operating independent of the Great Link.
Yeah.
Because at this point, I think the Dominion, while not necessarily allies, are sort of reluctant neighbors. So they wouldn't be necessarily fighting with them. And because they don't die like solids do, they don't age like solids do, like Odo's probably still running things over there at this point. Because he's like 100 years old when they find him as a baby.
He would be basically, I think Odo, with the end of DS9 and the way it ended, Odo would be basically the one keeping the Dominion at bay, basically.
Yeah, so this wouldn't be the Dominion. This would be the escaped prisoners of war. They're not connected with the Dominion. They're not associated with them in terms political terms, anyway.
I mean, they may have when they were captured, but then they were experimented on, and they're separate from the.
Yeah, and I suppose it's also possible that maybe they reached out to the Great Link and got rejected, but maybe there were sympathizers in the Great Link who then left and joined them. That's always possible.
True.
But I might be overthinking this too.
I gotta be honest, I have no idea on that one. I can't answer.
You haven't watched DS9, have you?
I haven't watched DS9. That's why we're gonna go through it.
Yeah, that political intrigue, it's known for.
Deanna, what's wrong?
There's a darkness on this ship. All-consuming darkness.
It's another clue.
Boom, boom, boom.
Like Alf, you see how I was like watching back again how much more obvious it is if you're looking for it.
If you already know, you know it. You see the clues. The clues pop out to you more if you've already seen it.
Giggles and Bits says DS9 is great. Only just watched it a couple of years ago.
It is.
I never saw it because I got into my my WWF Attitude days. Kind of started watching SmackDown and Raw and stuff like that. So yeah, but I remember seeing like DS9 commercials all the time, and I was like, I liked Next Generation, but I didn't know anything about DS9, so I didn't really have any intrigue to watch it. So
I had a hard time getting into the first couple seasons of DS9, but as soon as they encounter the Dominion, it picks up for sure.
Yeah, because the first couple of seasons have a lot more to do with keeping the balance of power in the region and dealing with the Cardassian Union.
Yeah, and then once the Dominion arrives, it completely upsets the entire balance of power in that area.
Yeah, and I'll be honest. As much as I like some of the Bajoran characters, Bajoran politics is boring as fuck. It is.
Oh yeah, those are the hardest episodes. I do not like the Bajoran themed episodes.
Well, shit, galactic politics in the prequels of Star Wars are kind of boring. If you want, with all the Senate scenes are kind of like, okay.
Well, let me put it this way: with the galactic politics in like the Senate, in Star Wars and all that stuff, yes, it's dull and it's very much like a lot of actual real world politics, very very boring, very droll, and all that stuff. But you get to know Bajor's culture really well. It's almost to a point of like, please stop.
Yeah. I did like finding out more about Cardassian culture. That was interesting. But
yeah, they were always interesting. The Cardassians were a very, very interesting group of people, and you learn a lot more about the Ferengi, I think, too, in the first couple episodes.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
They developed the Ferengi into something quite different from when they were first introduced.
Yeah.
Commander, we've missed you.
I hope in me you will see the friend you once knew. For better or worse, I am changed. Clearly older.
Young or old, we are so.
Hey guys, I hate to do this, but I gotta get something to eat before I jump onto my next stream. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut at this point.
Okay. Yeah, we're almost done, so it's not like you're really missing too much.
Yeah, for those watching, you catch me on Twitter. I drop memes and I put out spicy commentary. I also stream on Twitch. Unfortunately, the only thing I can stream live on. But I re-upload everything to my YouTube, and I got my Rumble going now. I'm working on Odyssey. I set it to automatically sync all my YouTube stuff, and it's only brought over 2 videos, and it's frustrating.
Yeah, no, I know. Trust me, Odyssey has its problems.
But yeah, I can't wait to get to next week and do the 2 episodes back to back. That'll be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see how Ryan reacts to it because he hasn't seen it yet. So
no, I haven't. I have not seen either one. Period.
All right,
So.
all right, guys. Well, I'm out.
All right, buddy.
See you later, man.
We'll
Good to see you. We'll see you next week, man.
All right, later.
All right, let's wrap this thing up here because we got.
Now we're alone.
Right? Thanks for making it creepy, man.
I mean, it's what I do, right?
It's been my desire to.
I thought we had to cut back on the gay jokes.
There's nothing gay about that.
It's very gay. It's very gay.
This? Oh. This is new.
There's the swell of the TNG music. It's a fucking beautiful sound.
I know.
And actually, this is the theme first debuted with the old original cast movies.
I believe.
Why is my phone going off? It's just Discord. Damn Discord.
We're good here.
Hey, Dave. You just used a contraction.
No, I didn't.
No, I heard you clearly.
It appears I'm capable of using contractions now.
And lying.
And humor, too.
That certainly is new.
Many things are new to me, including myself. I am still Data, but also Lore, B4, all that Dr. Soong programmed into this body.
Oh, tell me. How do you feel?
I feel
That hits.
I hope that you can sense as fully as any human has ever felt anything how happy I am to have my friend back.
It would be negligent of me not to say, despite my many changes, the one thing that will remain forever constant is my gratitude for your friendship.
You know, the friendship between Data and Geordi, I think, echoes the friendship between Kirk and Spock.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which is a beautiful thing.
Well, yeah, I mean that's you gotta the relationships, the storytelling, those are the foundations of a good show. And if you don't have characters that have good relationships and interactions, like you got nothing to pull an audience in, because newsflash, that's what makes us human, is our humanity. And when you negate that from a show, any type of humanity, any type of friendship, relationships, or even moral storytelling, an audience can't connect to that. So I mean, shit, humanity's been telling stories since we've sat around a fucking campfire with sticks and fucking rocks at the as a spear. So
Counselor. Admiral, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce you to the newest version of a very old friend.
With an upgrade, I'm told.
Oh, I am mostly myself, I assure you, albeit with a dash of computational joie de vivre.
Last time we spoke, you wished to experience death. As happy as I am that you're here, I hope that we haven't betrayed that wish.
No, sir. I know that me is resting peacefully. But this me would rather be no place else in the universe.
And that's Terry Metalis fixing something that went fucking horribly wrong in season 1.
Yep.
It's been a long time since we all sat around the table like this.
Too long, really. By far.
I am so grateful to be here. Hardship may have brought me here, but I want you all to know that there wasn't a day all those years that I didn't miss all of you.
And we missed you too. I even found myself talking to you on my darkest days. Well, on my happiest ones too. It turns out you give really good advice even when you're not there. So you were always in my heart when it mattered.
I have slaughtered countless enemies over the years.
I was gonna say StreamYard's really is slow. It's really having a hard time.
And considered sending their heads to all of them. But I was advised that that was passive aggressive.
No, that's just aggressive.
Yeah. It's
There's
not
nothing
passive.
passive about that.
You know, it's just aggressive.
Severed heads in a box is not passive anything.
Yeah. I did this thinking of you, and it's like, wait, what? Huh?
That's like when your cat brings in a fresh kill and deposits it at your feet. It's like, look what I got for you.
You're like, I didn't want that.
Thanks, I guess, for this Ferengi head in a box.
Yeah.
All that matters is that we are together once more. Because I need you. All of you. Changelings have infiltrated Starfleet.
Whatever it is they've got planned, Frontier Day is just hours away.
And we've got almost no answers. We're analyzing the data that we pulled from the Shrike to see what it was that they were extracting from your body.
If I may, this is all factual information that ignores an emotional truth.
One which I felt the moment I set foot on this vessel. Whatever the changelings have in store for Frontier Day is tied directly to Jack.
There's something happening to him. Visions, voices. He has abilities that we just can't explain.
And whatever the cause, it is getting stronger.
There's a darkness with that boy. Not in him, but around him, passing through him. And a voice inside him, ancient and weak. But a voice that isn't his own.
I would like to point out the irony of Crusher saying things that we can't explain while she sits at a table with two dead, resurrected men and a woman who can like reach into your heart and pull out your emotions. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Also at the same time, kind of having a little bit of a thought about to myself about why they stole Picard's body and they want Jack. Interesting. I think the pieces are starting to fit a little bit better, which obviously I'll talk about more next week because I don't want to, you know, I'll probably be wrong, which is fine. I don't really care. But it is interesting.
I think it's time I met your son.
I mean, several species have wanted you know, Jean-Luc Picard before. So
yeah, the guy's been through a lot of shit in his life.
Yeah, and he, you know,
Say this. You don't spend a lifetime practicing the art of charismatic deflection because you want to invite people in.
Well, as a counselor, I would normally wait for you to seek me out, but I think we can both agree that the quickest path to the truth is what everyone needs right now.
Yep, don't have time. Hurry up.
So,
She's like, give me your.
Oh, real quick. So that last scene we were in, while they were sitting around the table in the ready room, that is the first time that all 7 cast members have been together on screen in decades. It was a fucking thing of beauty. I'm just wanted to say that.
Oh yeah, well, I mean that was massive criticism for what when they were bringing people back for
and I know they do cons together and all that stuff too, but like this is the first time that those people as those characters had been on screen together since Nemesis.
Yeah
should
have been Nemesis. Was what, like 97?
No, it was early 2000s, man. It was like 2004.
Oh, that's right, it was.
Yeah, but that's still 20 years ago almost.
Yeah, it was, because I was in the military when I first saw it. So yeah, and it was on DVD. So so I saw it in like what 2000 and probably 5. So it'd probably only been out for like okay, that does make sense. Wow, long time ago. Jesus Christ. Okay, that's not what I wanted to hit. This is.
Nope, 2002. Just looked it up. So yeah, it has been over 20 years.
Okay, it's a long fucking time.
Jack, stay with me. Follow my voice. Jack, have you ever, in your dreams, in your imagination, even perhaps when you're awake, have you ever seen a door?
The red door. The talking door. The door I have no desire to open.
Why?
Because I'm terrified about what's behind it.
It's time to open the door, Jack.
No. I don't know that I can.
Jack. We'll go together. You're not alone.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's where they leave it. Yes, I do have my thoughts. But it's very intriguing, and I think it's very well done. Whatever obviously is the truth that you and Alf know, and everybody else who's seen it other than me. But I think it's well set up that they've kept it a secret this long, and so it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the next 2 episodes, which we'll probably have to hurry it through a little bit, keep it to an hour and a half per episode, since we don't want to break 3 hours.
I mean, we made it through this one before 3 hours. Like, usually it takes us a little bit longer to get through the whole episode. So I think we did pretty good today.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to next week. I hope Adam's feeling better by then, because I know he wanted to be there for that too.
Yeah. Hopefully, obviously, if he does his show tomorrow night and he does like if you and I are able to jump on, he's probably feeling better.
Yeah.
But if he shortens it, then obviously we'll know that he probably still feels like shit. So we'll cross our fingers, because the coof does run you down. I'll tell you what. And if you don't get any rest, it really it's like a really a really bad flu. It really wreaks havoc on your body, and you feel like you have no energy. Sleep like a motherfucker too. So yeah, what you got going on, man?
Well, if at all possible, depending on work schedule and again how Adam feels tomorrow night, I might be on Mellow Mondays on the Renaissance Nerds channel.
Yep.
Possibly. Again, it's a scheduling issue with me. Like, they stream a fair bit later than most other people I hang out with, so it makes it a little easier for me to jump on. because like I got time to get home and get set
Yeah.
up. But after that, we got a Abyssal Musings on Friday. Looking at changing some stuff up. We're discussing some stuff behind the scenes with my co-panelists Lawrence Knight and Know Me Without You. Not so much changing everything up like formats or anything. We're just looking to maybe add some segments or and kind of get away from the direction we have been going, which has gotten pretty far from where we started and where we like to be. So we're going to get back into horror movies and that kind of thing.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
And like some more obscure stuff though, not necessarily the stuff everybody's covering.
Dude, you should talk about Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, we're gonna skip that and fuck you, Dermy. And then on Saturday, Screaming Into the Void, come join us. It's always a good time looking at getting some guests on there. I met a lovely British gentleman yesterday on Amir's channel that I'm gonna see about maybe scheduling something with him in upcoming weeks. Got another guy that I'm emailing with right now. Hopefully that we can work something out there and get something solidified when that happens. That sort of thing. And then you can also find me on Lioness Exiled. If at all possible, I will jump into Ryan's stream also on Fridays for Royal Rumble. Again, but that's like same thing with Adam's stuff on Mondays. It's a scheduling issue for me. So
yeah.
And then back here again for the 2-part season finale of Picard season 3, which I think we're all looking forward to. So
yeah, no, absolutely. And you know what? It's so easy when you stream with your friends because majority of the time when they plug their stuff, they're plugging stuff for you too.
Yeah.
So tomorrow night, basically, pretty similar. We're gonna be having Game of Thrones season 4. I believe we're on episode 4. Don't quote me on that. I'll post it on Twitter and I'll also obviously put the stream out ahead of time. But it's going to be myself, Tyler the Redbeard, Know Me Without You, Joker voice. I don't know if the kid can make it, so probably not. Not Shadow, but Lily 300 Mirrors. She said she will be there, and hopefully Mr. Grant Gregory can jump on because he says he's like, yeah, it's been a scheduling thing with him, with like work and stuff. He's like, I've been super swamped. So, and then of course, if Adam the Renaissance Nerd's feeling good, usually I jump on straight after that around probably 9:40 Eastern Standard Time. And then of course, Friday nights Royal Rumble. It's like, and then if I'm not invited back to Ballbusters, obviously, I don't know if you sent the link out, I might hop on Abyssal Musings. If not, I might go to bed early and try to get some rest. Then, of course, we got Screaming Into the Void, and then Vet's talking after that on Saturday night. And then, of course, we're back here again on Sunday.
In case you guys haven't figured it out, Ryan and I stream together almost everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like we're attached at the gay hips.
Yes. Well, that's why you said that if we bring guests on, we got to keep the gay jokes down because they kind of write themselves at this point.
They do. It's not so much writing as it is our natural gayness coming out.
Well, we are wearing matching avatars. Pretty close.
I mean, hey.
Hi. This is our Pride Month. This is our Pride flag. We decided to adopt. I like it. I made it up from all my channels. I think I'm going to keep it permanent.
I might keep it on mine.
Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah. My background on StreamYards, I'll probably switch back to my logo after June. But for right now, it's also a giant fucking American flag. So, happy Pride Month, Americans.
Well, you maybe you should almost actually keep it until after the 4th of July.
Oh, I probably would bring it back up for the 4th of July.
Assuming
that I stream that day. Because I think it's like a Wednesday or Thursday this week or this year, isn't it?
I'm looking right now. Hold on. I got it. Come on. It's a Tuesday. So I don't.
I might do something solo on that Tuesday because I won't be working. It's a national holiday and I work in the government, so I'll be off.
Yeah. I'll most likely be back in Colorado, so I might do something too.
Just I don't know. Fun. Maybe why don't we put a pin in that? Maybe we can do something together.
We could. Yeah. figure something out. You know, talk patriotic shit. That's always fun.
Yeah, we
you know,
absolutely could do that. I think
it's kind of a great country we have.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the British don't agree.
I mean,
UA.
So what? They lost. They don't get to say.
Salty fuckers. No, it's kidding.
Like, you guys can bitch about America all you want. Your country's falling apart right now. Maybe attend to that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, I got everybody's links in the description below, and usually Samuel copy and paste that. So please go down and subscribe to Horny Alf, Adam the Renaissance Nerd. Obviously, as we said, he couldn't make it. He's not feeling well. And subscribe and hit the like button and share and all that good stuff. And we will see you guys next time. So thank you very much for joining us. And Samuel, you got the con.
Who's Samuel?
I know. I
What the fuck?
God damn it. Just
disengage.
You know, back when I was in the academy, we would follow every toast with a song.
Shirin skada